everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another Cruise with Smooth. The title of today's show is based on a text that I got from my wife while I was asleep. She was at work. She asked me to call somebody. She ended up getting off work before I even woke up. But her job, she can't have her phone. She can't be on her phone while she's on the job site. And so she asked me to make a call because she was thinking that I would be able to make it before she could. Anyway, before I get into it today, don't forget to like, share, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to know when new stuff goes up. There's also I've always said that if there's something that you want to hear my opinion or take on, put it in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to give you my opinion on it in video, even if it's something I know nothing about. Wouldn't mind doing the research. Anyway, so I guess the title of today's podcast is Kool-Aid Drinking Chickens. That's what my wife said. Basically, every school district in the area that I'm aware of, anyway, that I've got any ties to, know people whose kids go there, things like that, has canceled for at least a week. Originally, we were going to be off today and then on Monday so that they could deep clean the schools, and that's been revised. They are now going to cancel school till the 23rd, I think. I'm not really good with dates, but anyway, they're going to be canceling school for a little over a week. There's other school systems that are doing 2 weeks so that it butts up against spring break. There's school systems, it's a mess. A coworker of mine and I, we were talking about it. There's a lot of daycares that run at capacity all day long, even though they're rotating kids in and out. They'll take infants and toddlers up until 2-3 o'clock. When kids start getting off the bus, those parents get off, pick their kids up, and then they'll rotate out for school-age kids. My wife and I have dealt with that in the past when our kids were younger and in a big daycare. Man, the river's up. So, daycares are going to be over capacity if they're not closed. You're going to have a lot of people that can't get childcare for their kids coming up here pretty soon. There's rumors about my factory going idle for a couple weeks. There's rumors about other factories going idle. There's rumors about my wife's job, which she just started a couple weeks ago, giving her a little bit of time off until the worst of the virus has passed. But frankly, I don't think that's happened yet. I think that we're still in the building stage. I think that we might be slowing down the spread and moving the peak, but I don't know that we're actually accomplishing anything. I know that one of the arguments for doing all this is that we just need to buy time. No argument there. Right now there's not a vaccine. There's not really a effective treatment for it aside from just keeping people comfortable, hydrated, and well so that their body can fight it. So, I mean, we are giving research doctors and research scientists time, but I don't know that we're accomplishing much. Anyway, I think the whole reaction to this is just overblown. I've got side hustles so I can stay busy if I do end up losing a little work. It's also very possible that I'll be hanging out with my kids, but everybody else is going to be out of work and closed, so can't really go do anything. But I think, in my opinion, this whole thing is just overblown. The transmission rate's the big difference between it and the flu, and there is a slightly higher mortality rate, but not by a huge long shot. I think that the media is ginning all this up out of nothing on both sides. Crap, I wanted to check my P.O. box. I'll get it tomorrow on my way home. I have a P.O. box because up till a couple years, 3 years back, my wife and I were having stalker issues. So we got a P.O. box and get 90% of our stuff sent there. I just think that this whole thing's getting overblown. I think that the reaction to it is disproportionate to what of the danger of the virus, personally. And I could be wrong. You know, in 6 months I might be going, well, I'm glad that they did all this, that, and the other. But by and large, I don't know if leaving the kids in school or taking them out is going to be worse, because kids, anyone who doesn't have kids, I'll tell you a little bit of truth you need to hear. Kids are germ factories. Once they start getting out and around other people, and that's kind of up to the parents, so once you start taking them out of the house and getting around other people, other kids, especially when they can start playing with other kids and playing with toys that other kids touch, they are constantly coughing, snotty noses, sneezing, and everything. That just happens. They have no immune system because their immune system hasn't been exposed to stuff. With my youngest daughter, it happened a little less and a little later because my wife breastfed. With my son, he was not breastfed, and he just like constantly had a snotty nose for a little while. Kids are germ factories or germ breeding grounds. That's a fact of life. I love my kids, but that's a fact. But anyway, I think that you take kids that may have already been exposed to it, that aren't going to have any huge issues with it, according to the data, and take them out of school, put them in daycare with other kids, put them in their house, put them with their grandparents. Everybody, the thing is, everybody can form a link in a chain that's going to get somebody else sick, and somebody that might fall into a higher risk category. So I don't know that canceling school is the best thing overall, because even if half the school children in the United States got it, their death right now, there's no confirmed deaths in school-age kids. So I don't know that it'd be a greater good to take the kids out of school and minimize their risk. It might be better to let them stay in school and go about their normal routine. I know that sounds cynical, but also when you consider the death rate among those over 60 and the death rate among those with other illnesses that are likely to come on with age, such as diabetes, heart and lung disease, asthma. I know asthma is a kid thing, but that's one of the risk factors for death of coronavirus, or due to coronavirus. I don't know if taking the kids out of school is the best thing for everybody in all the risk categories and age groups. I'd love to know what y'all are thinking. I think that this is being overblown. Again, I do think that some of the precautions that are being taken are okay, but I watch the media coverage. I see what's going on. I see people taking all the toilet paper. They ought to call this the cornholio virus. That was a meme I seen the other night. I frankly think that we're going to look back and this is going to be a Zika virus or Ebola or any other thing as far as the number of deaths, and it's going to kill us all. We're still here. Well, anyway, I know that this is a kind of short show for me. That's just what's been on my mind lately because that's what everybody's talking about. So, anyway, I reckon that's about all I got. Hope everyone has a good day today. Y'all take care. Thanks for tuning in for another cruise of Smooth. If something comes into my mind, this might be a 2-show day today, so y'all take care.